my name is Crazy Al. I'm the infinite avatar and moderator of the Rakunx Discord server.
Hi, peoples. It is Mini King here.
I'm Philious. I don't know. I was doing laundry. Sorry.
I see. Loving the new nickname, the new Kamiya reference. That is awesome. I love that. The Bayer Mole reference.
Tell me the comare or the touch I can't compare. Daremoが知らないレベル目指して答えならこの目で正面に登る爪前進果てにまた挑戦して超える力ペア Yeah 乗り越えていくだけ互い手を取り替え不可能さえたとえどうなっても止まらない Oh ready for fight I'll be the last one standing world 彼方へそびえ立つ階段を見上げたこの想いを避けられ
Reactions to the new trailer.
New trailer. Okay, yeah, that's cool.
So, because this was only a few weeks ago. It was on the live stream, and sorry, I'm gonna do like a full analysis, like in the moment sort of thing. Watching the stream live, and then the two the platinum ships they drove past. They flew past, and then there was the sign saying platinum, and I was like, oh, wait a minute. What's going on here? But you know me. I've always been like, no, not happening. We're not getting it. No. I'm kind of thankful that people forgot that I was gonna buy the Rakunx a cameo, but that's not the point. So, and I'm just like, okay. Anyways, we're not getting Bayonetta. Don't get hyped. Blah 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 blah. And then all these ships are running out and whatnot, and then that dog thing from Astral Chain allegedly shot. Well, it didn't shot, but it shot that monster thing.
Yeah.
And the gun sounded like Bayonetta, so I was like, okay, that's weird. We're still not getting it. And then the monster goes to like attack the thing. Then I hear witch time, and I'm like, no, it's happening. It's
when
happening.
It happened. I see.
And then she comes out of nowhere. She's beating people up, and I'm like, damn, okay. I screamed. I literally screamed. I was like, oh my goodness, finally. And then, I ran straight to the Zelda, then, a few people were disappointed, and I was like, excuse me, we've got news, and really happy.
Okay, like...
So, but, yeah, it was, I commented something, I was rewatching the live stream reaction, I was like, you had to be there to, like, feel it, So, yeah, it was
Would you say it was an intense emotion, like, because we waited all this time and had AE episodes?
Oh, yeah.
I was just more in like, oh, I'm actually wrong for once. Nah, I'm playing. I was in shock because like I wasn't expecting it. Of course, with that leak happened, I was thinking maybe. But at the back of my head, I was like, we're not getting it. We're not getting this game for another 15 years.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm just chilling in the chat. The announcer says, here's our last announcement.
Oh, yeah, I remember
We're not going to play that gift.
Yeah, shit.
Here we go again. And I'm like, don't do that. It might be it. And then it starts. And I'm like,
wait, if I turn around and do
it's not it. Because I'm just looking at the graphic style. I'm not even paying attention to the platinum signs right in front of me. Like, oh, they're soldiers. This is not the game. And then all of a sudden, I see these weird, familiar-looking creatures. And I'm like, wait. Don't tell me. I see the bullets. I'm like, wait, don't tell me.
No way.
Then I see the bullets. I'm like, we just got played.
Yeah.
And then I see, wait, Bayo and Astral Chain.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Bayo, oh my god. And I'm just screaming the rest of the video.
Did you feel a sort of like, because you had the Legend of Zelda DLC before that, right? There was a DLC. Yeah. Like, you guys get more news than but yeah, so you had that, and you had Splatoon 3. That more footage of that came out, and then Bayonetta 3 was the cherry on top. So literally cherry on top. Philious, we talked about this before the podcast started, but if you want to reiterate how you experienced it.
I was streaming the Nintendo Direct. I was at work, so I didn't even think I'd be able to watch it. So I had like turn off my notifications on my phone just in case I couldn't watch it, and because just like coming back to it later and just clicking on a video that says what it is, and that's fun. Like that's what happened when Bayonetta was announced for Smash Bros. Was I was at work, and then my friend texted me saying, "Oh, you're gonna like who the new Smash Bros. Character is," and I googled it and was like, "Oh, okay, it's not as fun that way."
Yeah. I get you.
But it's not as fun, So yeah, when they showed Splatoon 3, so I was like, yeah, because like I love Splatoon. So I was like, oh, nice, Splatoon 3, this looks pretty fun. And then they did the whole, and one more thing. And there was that leak early in the morning about where Nintendo Japan uploaded the release schedule. I was like, okay, is it going to be Bayonetta or is it just going to be some random thing? So when it opened, the first thing I noticed was the platinum. It said like platinum on the billboard. And they're like the jets, like in Bayonetta 2. So I was like, oh, this might be it.
Yeah, I see.
A minute and a half of random military dudes, and I'm like, okay, I don't know what this is anymore.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of all this random stuff like Earth Defense Force. Like,
yeah. Yeah.
And then there were the bullets. So I was like, I missed at first that it spelled the P for platinum. I didn't see that at first. So I was like, okay, the bullets. And then it showed Lappy. So I'm like, oh, is it Astral Chain 2 already?
Yeah, okay.
What's going on? And then the witch time happened, and that's when my heart skipped a beat, and I'm like, oh my god! And then like the first thing I thought when they showed her was, I thought it looked like a fan mod or something. I don't know if I was just in like disbelief that we're actually like
a fan mod. Oh, I see.
We've been played.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't real. And at first I thought like her outfit looked kind of weird, and then I was like, oh, this actually looks kind of cool.
Okay.
And first thing I thought was that she looked like Cereza, like little Cereza.
The little one, yeah.
Yeah, and then it showed like gameplay, and first thing I noticed was like there were the little demons like, mapped on the D-pad, so I thought that was kind of interesting.
That's right.
And the first thing I thought, because there was that 4chan leak in 2018 that said like you could equip demons to the weapons, and like I think that leak is yes, but then at the same time I was like, oh my god, is that leak real?
Yeah, I see. Okay, I see.
Oh my god. And then I was just kind of like trying to figure out some of the gameplay stuff. Like, I think I commented on one of your videos that when she's doing all the like Iron Maiden torture attacks, it looks like Ostatake Awenden.
Yeah, like the drum and fun.
Yeah. Where it's like,
the rhythm game. Like, I'm gonna play rhythm Bayonetta. What the heck? Okay.
I was like, okay, we're doing QTE rhythm games now.
I get you. My personal headcanon for you is like I can just imagine you being in the library and yelling as loud as you can. Like by yourself. Yeah, by yourself.
Yeah, I was at my desk and I closed the door.
Yeah.
I closed because I work at a school, so I work at a college.
Yeah.
So the library itself is closed right now because campus is like limited. Open now because of COVID. So like the library is closed. We have a service window open for students to check out books still for their textbooks.
Yeah.
And then there's like some classes on campus, but not a ton of classes. Like the stuff like art classes or like culinary, automotive, stuff like that, where they can't do it at home.
Okay.
So I had the door. I was in like the office and I had the door closed. My desk, and it was only like custodians were like cleaning the carpets outside, so like outside the office. So I was like, okay, I can't hear anything, so I'm gonna close the door.
Yeah.
And then there's the guy working the service window, and I was a little nervous because I'm supposed to be backup for him if he doesn't have, or if he can't figure something out, or if there's too long of a line or something. He's supposed to call my cell phone, and I'm supposed to run down and help him. And like the day before that, he had called me to go run downstairs because he accidentally minimized the browser and couldn't figure out how to click on the browser to open it again. So I'm like, okay, great. I'm gonna miss this direct.
Oh, damn. Okay. No.
It all worked out.
But no, Bayonetta 3 is more important. Bayonetta 3 is more important, man.
Figure out yourself. We need Bayonetta 3.
Yeah. No, fuck the books, just Bayonetta 3.
I have like
throw a how to at them.
I'll admit I have had times where like when campus is open, I'll like be a Nintendo Direct or something, and I'll go take a break and go like to the Starbucks in the cafeteria and just like sit on my phone and try to watch.
I see. No, that's pretty cool. Like again, personal headcanon that you're in the library by yourself, seeing Bayonetta 3 and like no one's around.
I had a big smile on my face the rest of my shift. Like I cannot stop grinning the rest of the shift, and I was wearing a mask, so I was kind of glad that like the custodians couldn't ask me like what was going on.
Okay. Again, Philious, thank you so much for sharing that. I'm glad we had that little talk before the podcast as well. So again, thank you so much. With Crazy Girl, I want to hear your reaction, how you felt. You said it in the comments as well. But let me know how you felt.
Initial excitement, I did not believe it when they say, well, actually, that was at the very beginning of the stream as well. It was a Nintendo market, wasn't it? They had the Bayonetta 3.
Yeah.
And what was it? It's just like, it got took off, and I'm like, why would they show it and then take it off? It's very suspicious. And of course, Hideki Kamiya, he's been teasing about it all this time, and then he told, it was one comment, I said, when do you reckon Bayonetta 3 would appear? And he says, soon. And I'm like, yeah, okay, soon, maybe. Yeah. And then it was just like, it was very suspicious. And then, of course, like I said in the chat, I went into our game stores, when it's to be showing up, and I think it's TBC is showed for 2022.
Oh,
and
okay.
I did share the screenshot of that. And I'm like, well, this could be a good sign. This could be a good sign. So, I wouldn't even bothered if it didn't show up at that moment, because we had, as you said earlier, we had the Age of Calamity DLC. There was a Kirby game. I think some Metroid Prime news. Not Metroid Prime, Metroid Dread. Yeah. And something else. So I'm like, I was happy. I had some of the games I was really looking forward to at the time. And Gesundheit.
I was just coughing.
It's alright.
Continue, Crazy Girl.
I knew what you were doing.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like the initial reaction, and then it's like what they did at the Game Awards. It's like, before we end this show, we got one more to show you, and I'm like, okay, because I never played Astral Chain. I know it's very similar to Bayonetta 3, and it was the planes that actually gave me off, like, this could be it.
There too.
And showing the planes, and I'm like, really? Is they teasing us? And then it's just like, could this be it? And then it's just like the soldiers, and I'm like, no, they never showed people before.
Yeah, like what Philious and Mini King.
I don't think they showed it.
Yeah, the soldiers. Yeah, keep going. Sorry.
Do you know what gave it away? It was just the fact that they were speaking in Japanese, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, no, this can't be right. This can't be right. And I'm sitting on my bed. I'm just like leaning against my bed. I'm like, oh no, this can't be right. I mean, they're speaking Japanese, and I mean, like.
Yeah,
exactly.
Because they were all speaking Japanese, and I was like, okay, this isn't Bayonetta because they're all speaking Japanese. But then Elena Taylor was saying all that weird stuff, so I was like, wait a minute, is it all going to be in Japanese now? And that's what's going on?
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's my initial thought as well. I thought they were going to show, like, at least a Japanese version first, but then it's just like, no, this can't be right.
Yeah.
So, the soldiers, they're coming in, and I'm like, no, I've never seen these before. I mean, they kind of have the same similar, and then that's when it started peaking. And then what gave it away? It was the infamous Witch Time clock, and it's just like the similar clock. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, no, this can't be it. Could it? Next thing you know, boom, here's Bayonetta, and I fell off my bed.
Oh yeah,
in sheer excitement.
You commented that. That was so cute.
I'm going. Ah!
Like,
and
finally.
It was dead funny. Finally, and it was dead funny. My mom was in the room next to me, and she's like, "What's going on? What's going on?" I'm like, I fell off my bed. God damn it, Crazy Gal! You woke me up, and I'm like, "I'm sorry." I couldn't tell her it was because of a game. No, I just fell off my bed. I slipped. I'm sitting there like holding my phone in sheer excitement, like,
adorable.
Yes.
Fine, because you were watching it with us. Oh, that was cool.
Yeah, it was in the stream, so I had the initial same excitement. The difference is I fell off my bed.
Yeah, I was about to fall off my chair. Yeah, I mean, especially you and Philious, like, you waited 8 years for this. Like, 7 years for this. Like, there's no, it's not, I wouldn't say that there's no overreaction to it. Like, it's been such a long wait. For zero news, for nothing. Like, even 3 years for Mini King and Zelda is a long time.
Same thing with Devil May Cry 5 was like what was that, like 9 or 10 years?
Yeah, I know, right? I
Yeah.
saw it. Yeah.
And the leaks kept coming out like every year, like, oh, they're gonna announce Devil May Cry 5. They're gonna announce Devil May Cry 5. And like it kept not happening.
Yeah.
And then finally, I remember I had moved into my new place and didn't have internet yet, and E3 was going on. And then I got a text from my friend, like, dude, you need to turn on E3 right now.
Oh.
And I didn't have internet, so I used like data on my phone and turned it on, and they were showing the like DMC5. I was like, oh my god! And like my first reaction, the graphics looked different. My first reaction was that it was like the Ninja Theory one, but like a sequel to that one. I was like, are they really doing that? And I was like, oh no, this really is 5.
Okay.
So that was a big excitement for me too, because that was one that they kept like they didn't announce it super early, but it was one of those like things where we waited like 10 years or something.
Yeah,
and
a decade for it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
damn, that's a wait. That's a wait. I mean,
and then the worst was like, it ended because like the series ended with that stupid reboot.
right. Is there
Speak of the reboot.
just a very quick question, Philious? Is there like speaks of a DMC6? I'm not too sure, but is there any?
Like that, Itsuno is working on a Dragon's Dogma 2, which hasn't been like officially announced yet, but he said before that he's gonna do either Dragon's Dogma 2 or Devil May Cry 5, and he's gonna like do one first and do the other one afterwards.
Okay, I see.
The big Capcom breach. According to that, they're working on Dragon's Dogma 2. It hasn't been like officially yet, but it's pretty much like we know that's what he's doing right now.
I mean, I hope you guys don't have to wait for like another decade for another game. You know,
Right.
Like,
Well,
damn.
if it's gonna be a bad reboot.
Yeah, at least not a reboot. Oh, but Crazy Girl.
He likes the reboot. The thing, my opinion about the reboot is like,
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
if it was Devil May Cry, it wouldn't be as bad. But the fact that they called it Devil May Cry and
I
said
remember
that like
this.
Dante and Virgil,
Yeah,
I think that's
yeah.
but if it was like its own game that wasn't that, I think it would have been a decent game.
Yeah, I get you. I remember you
Because they
texted
advertised
that.
it as Devil May Cry is what throws everyone off.
Yeah. I'm pretty. Yeah, reboots don't really get a good reaction, and understandable. But yeah, thank you for like sharing that. By the way, Philious.
Sure.
So your reaction almost like synonymous
Falling
to
off like
mine.
that.
Yeah, synonymous to mine. I'm pretty sure I don't have to say my reaction. I don't know if you guys. Three of you were like.
Your initial thoughts.
Three of you guys like saw it live. Philious, I'm not too sure if you saw my reaction. I don't know. Did you see my reaction?
Actually, afterwards I went on your video to go watch your reaction just because I was curious.
Man. No, please no. Oh no.
That was probably the most I've ever seen you scream.
Yeah, I never screamed for
actually.
anything
What's
else.
going on?
I have never screamed for that much for anything else because almost every day I've been making something about Bayo 3 and then some little projects here on the side like Project Eve and Scarlet Nexus and one. But I think every day was just, well, okay, how do I make another story from this? Like that was my goal. Like, what's the story? What's another AU that you can make? You've watched a lot of shonen anime, try to make it shonen, and like that's when episode 50 came out. Yeah, it was every day trying to get some content out there, and then finally we got something to react to that's not 2017 or the leaks. When I first saw it, I spoke about it with Philious. So Lappy was like, oh, it's fucking Astral Chain 2. Like, I'm happy for you guys. I'm happy Astral Chain 2 is here. And then and then the bullets came like, and I don't want to recount what I felt and said because I cringe at it sometimes.
But hey, I mean, considering you're the one who did the most theories, I think you have every right to react the way you did. Because, as you said, nearly every day you've been giving us a theory. You have every right to be as excited.
Thank you. I think it's not cringe. It could be cringe for you guys, but like it's mostly like seeing just me yell like that, like shut up, Rakunx, like just like enjoy it, just stop yelling. Like I can't watch it again. It was an emotional ride, but I was more excited for you guys. I was very excited for the people that waited, especially 7 years. Like that was my baseline, and then immediately, oh, sorry if I just go off, but like,
No, go on.
I had this feeling for so long. I kind of didn't want Bayonetta 3 to come out, and that was because I said it briefly in one of my posts, but I swore to myself I'm gonna be extremely busy if that happens, and you're probably gonna have 3 hours of sleep each day. You're probably gonna be writing a lot. It's gonna be hard for you to enjoy and cherish the moment. And I thought about that. It scared me for a long time. At that point, I accepted it. Like, yeah, sure, this is your job. You gotta do it. But yeah, I just wish there's this part of me that wishes I didn't make content for Bayonetta. and just to enjoy the game. But all in all, of course, I'm as happy as I am with the reactions I got with the recent videos. But yeah, when it came out, I was like half like, oh shit, we're gonna get really busy. And the other half was like, this is amazing. I'm very happy for everyone.
I mean, it's like we will tell you ourselves, actually. I mean, you don't have to make a video every single day. I mean, there's a whole point of the Rakunx too. We'll make the series, and, you know, we don't care when you upload. I mean, you always make amazing content anyway. And I'm sure I speak to everybody. And of course, Philious, King, and Zelda, you don't have to do it like every single day. I mean, you can enjoy the game, because if you do it too much, like, you're not going to enjoy it, are you? I mean,
like...
That's the whole point of, like, you know, as you said, at one point, a content creator will be like, you know, I'm getting fed up with it. I mean, I'm not enjoying it the same as I would treat it as a job. And that's why we're so insistent, making sure you eat, you're drinking healthy.
I'm going fine with that. Philious, is everything okay with the Bayonetta 3 channel, by the way?
Yeah, I've been trying to drop it. I've been like working more, because like back on campus. I'm not seeing it like as much. It's not as busy as it was like the first day the trailer came out.
Oh, okay, that's good. No, that's fine.
People are behaving.
That's good. I mean, as long as they're behaving, that's fine. But
King is better at finding the bad behavior than I am.
Yeah, King can call him out, so don't worry. He's there.
That's when he's worthy of his first belt.
Yeah, the belt or the hammer. He can do the band slam and whatnot on these guys.
He can have his WWE belt with first and #1 pancake entrepreneur and his crown and his hammer.
Tag Climax champion, you know, Boulder and whatnot.
Exactly. So. The first and only, longest reigning, undefeated.
Undefeated, exactly. 100%. Well, Crazy Gal's always first. Nice. Mini King first by default. But yeah, when the trailer came out, it's been a very busy week. I wanted to put out a video like once every day, and then I ended up like feeling something in my heart. No, not figuratively, but like literally as well, like that lack of sleep. Because I remember a few years ago I was diagnosed with something that hindered my heart movement, and then I think it's coming back a little bit. Unfortunately, I don't want to say that. I've been just posting between a few days and whatnot, so hopefully that recovers the condition.
Do it every day or every week.
Don't put your health at risk over a video game.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Again, I always think about Philious. I always think about Zelda, Mini King, Crazy Gal. I always think about you guys telling me, get your rest, sleep, eat. So that's always in my mind. It really means like a lot that you guys like still care about me. Even if I don't post, I'm like, oh, come on, man. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry if I'm not posting. But yeah, thank you guys for being so caring.
Of course. I mean, like I said, I mean, we don't care if you upload every month for a week or every couple of weeks. I mean, the main priority is your health. You can enjoy some if you're not feeling well.
Well, thank you again, Crazy Gal. More content to put out there, like other types of content, like making her glasses. I'm pretty sure Philious might like that, because it's a cosplay and a 3D print that I'm working on. Yeah. There's like other things I want to give. I'll probably send that to Philious as well. I'll send you a 3D print. For me, the trailer from the perspective of a content creator, and I'm pretty sure Mini King can relate. What you're meant to do with anything, like, you know, balance it out. You know, have a good health, good life, and whatnot. But yeah, that's just my cup of tea right there.
I have like medical issues. I have epilepsy, and stress and lack of sleep triggers that.
Yeah.
It sucks. Like, I have it under control now, but I have had times where I prioritized the wrong thing, and it's affected my life in bad ways.
Yeah. Like, we understand, Philious. Yeah.
I don't want you to do that.
Thank you so much again for caring. Like, I'm glad you empathize and you understand. So that really means a lot. But I hope you're taking care of your health too, okay?
I have to be taking care of yourselves.
Yeah, exactly. Mini
like,
King, Zelda, please take care as well, please.
Don't make the mistakes we do.
Yeah, 100%.
What do you think of the new game mechanics that we've seen in the trailer? So this is the one where I believe you designate a summon to each of the button and the D-pad. Yeah. Because it's not the lollipops this time.
Well, I'm not really going to comment on it until I actually play it, you know, because I'm not the one, you know, in the trailer playing it, so I don't know how it feels or, you know, how it's going to be. So I'm going to, you know, wait until like I actually play the game to like make a proper comment on it. But it looks interesting. I don't know how they're going to, you know, incorporate the lollies, if they are at all. But it looks interesting.
Okay, no, that's fine. Like, I understand with that, you need to have the experience firsthand before you can critique it or whatnot. give it that mini king
Do you have
criticism.
any predictions for it?
But yeah, any predictions?
I can see them doing the lollipop thing as like a weapons wheel on GTA, where you press like I can't remember what button.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, you press that, and that'd be cool.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's cool. That's cool, man. I see. Well, thanks for sharing with that. Of course, you need the experience and whatnot to critique it, give it that mini king treatment and whatnot. But no, thanks for that, Mini King. Zelda, like being my Bayonetta coach. Let me know how you feel about the new gameplay.
So, about that little new mechanic where she transforms, I'm really excited.
Yeah.
It's like replacing Umber and Climax, and I don't know, the vibe it gives me Persona vibes, like.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like if she just fused with one.
I see. No, that's fine. Like, it's called Demon Masquerade. I'm pretty sure that's the next quote-unquote Umber and Climax, what they did.
Yeah.
But yeah. Do you think they'll... Do you want... I'm pretty sure you want Dodge Offset to stay in the game, don't you?
Mm-hmm. And I want my Climax cancel.
Oh, yeah. Or now it might be called... Was it Masquerade Cancel?
Not Method.
Yeah. Oh, that's actually quite a cool name, Masquerade Cancel. But yeah, Crazy Gal, did you have any thoughts about the gameplay of Bayo 3?
Well, it's certainly different from what we're familiar with the past two games, because the D-pad has always been designated for like the lollipops or the bell.
Yeah.
So, to see it's actually going to designate which summon. So, like, prediction-wise, would it be like, oh, you can have a summon here, a lollipop here?
Yeah.
It's certainly different, and funny enough, that is actually going to be the next topic is Demon Masquerade.
Okay.
That is actually
good.
It's like being a new Umber and Climax, or it's like, because to me, I still don't think that's our Madama Butterfly. I don't think so. And that's like, funny enough, that's going to be a new theory part as well. So we'll get to that. Don't you worry.
That's alright.
But like mechanic-wise, I mean, well, it's certainly like mostly the same except for this new mechanic. So I'm kind of hoping it's gonna be the same, but changing it up a bit. Yeah,
I see. No, like, I mean, what's to comment about? Like, I'm pretty sure they are just gonna put a lot of stuff from Bayo 1 and Bayo 2, especially Bayo 1, because Hideki Kamiya is the executive now. Like, cool flex, but okay. Executive director. I know, right? Executive director for Bayo 3, which is cool. We're gonna have a lot of his
Flex that title.
Yeah, I know, right? He's gonna have a lot of his antics and tropes in this game, more than of Bayo 2. The Demon Masquerade, I think we can segue really cool into this. So Crazy Girl, with the Demon Masquerade, we enjoyed that concept that we thought of together.
Man. The Infernal Bond.
The Infernal
so
Bond.
close.
Like, that's some Black Clover shit. I got that from Black Clover, essentially.
As soon as you did it, I'm like, oh my god, Black Clover.
Yeah,
Black Clover.
it's so resembling of, like the Demon Union form and the Spirit of Boreas form. Like those two forms that in Asta. But yeah, like when we finally saw it in the Bayo 3 trailer, and I didn't see it at first, but like I remember, did you see it? Did you see the Demon Masquerade first, or we just?
No, that was like the first thing. I'm sure a few of us knows. It's like the first thing it's just like that can't be Madama Butterfly, because of course Bayonetta, Madama Butterfly. You're looking at the shadow, and I'm like, this is my pen just fell off my head.
That's okay.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Trying to escape me here. But like I'm looking at it, and I'm like, no. I mean, why does Madama Butterfly Madama Butter? That's not butter.
Madama Lard. That's okay.
But it's like, they changed Madama Butterfly's look, and then of course suddenly that's one thing I noticed, and then next boom, Demon Masquerade, and I'm like, okay, now that's really can't be Madama Butterfly, with the whole thing, and then it's like, is it gonna be the new Umber and Climax? Which was my main thought, and I'm like, so how much of this is gonna change in the game? Like,
I think Zelda can agree with me on this. Like, I hope they don't make, because Umber and Climax was that
too easy.
Yeah, that finisher move where you can just use it to get out of anything.
That made the game feel too casual.
Yeah. It was hugely casualized, and I think now that Mr. Kamiya is now here, I'm pretty sure he's gonna have either two modes. I don't know if that's gonna be too much work. Two modes for casual and veteran, or they're just going to mix the two and make a Bayonetta 1 and 2 fusion and whatnot. For Demon Masquerade, again, Crazy Guy, I remember when we were analyzing it So analyzing it live on stream, I can still remember like I think it was ASUS side that said if you look, Bayonetta turns into a Madama, not Madama Butterfly, because I changed. I take my L, right? I take my L. I'm pretty sure that's not Madama, and that's why it's a different Cereza and whatnot. With the Demon Masquerade, I immediately thought of Crazy Girl. Like we actually got something at least half right. With
we were half right.
Yeah, like Infernal
As soon as
Bond.
it appeared, we're like, must.
Yeah, I was like, oh, is it Infernal Bond? And I was like, and then they said Demon Masquerade. I was like, oh, I'll take that name. They should have used Infernal Bond.
I mean, we're half right.
Yeah, like I was hoping they, of course, like wishful thinking, Infernal Bonds was gonna be in the game, and then it did happen. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, Mini King, did you have any thoughts on Demon Masquerade? Like, how is that? Is it similar to any mode in WWE?
Nah, not really. I think it's just something that Bayonetta does, that stands out.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what it's gonna bring to the game, especially with the game having a whole entire revamp.
Yeah.
She leveled up, so I'm excited to see it.
And of course, there's talks about it being a different Cereza. Like I'm pretty sure like there is something that's going on. It's only the first trailer. So but yeah, Zelda, did you have any thoughts on Demon Masquerade? We're gonna finally do the Masquerade cancel, but was there anything you had any thoughts on that one?
Not really, no.
That's all right. No problem. But yeah, Crazy Girl, like any other thoughts on the Demon Masquerade?
Well, I'm kind of hoping it's not gonna be like Umbra and Climax, because heck, even when you're playing as Rosa, instead of Umbra and Climax, we had the Umbra armor,
the mech. That's right.
Even then, it just made it like quite easy. If that was my main complaint, because I didn't die as much in Bayonetta 2 as I did in Bayonetta 1, all because of Umbra and Climax.
Oh, okay,
and
that's cool. It's a cool thought.
I think if there was one thing to change about that, is the fact like if you had a full row of the magic pearls, your magic bar, it was just so easy to get into Umbra and Climax, and as you know yourself, it builds up like that. So even on the Platinum run, way too easy. So I'm kind of hoping at least make it so instead of having like one full
MP.
bar,
More MP.
Make it harder to fill it up, basically. So
say
combo. The more combo you do, the more points you get for your magic bar, basically.
I see.
And then it sacrifices more. Make it worth getting. Rather than making it very easy.
It's like make it taxable, I would say. Make it more like the tax has to be proportionate to its usage. The fact that you said magic orbs, like the MP bar. In Bayonetta 1, in Bayonetta 1, they like if you get hit, it's annoying, but it's kind of true. Like if you get hit, it removes MP in Bayonetta 1. But in Bayo 2, you can get hit and your MP bar still stays the same. So I'm pretty sure they're going to make it so that when you get hit, the MP goes down. I don't know if they're going to do that, but like they might do that since Mr. Kamiya's back.
For your grade, you're going to be like stone, bronze, all that. Should they return using an item deducts points?
The penalty. Like should they penalize? So should they penalize you for using items?
Yeah. Should they return the penalty?
Right. So Mini King, do you have any thoughts on that?
No. I've never been a fan of that. To be fair, it's just like I'm literally on life support here. Trying to complete it on normal mode.
I know what you mean.
He just wants.
Go ahead.
I just want to complete this level. It's just like it's irritating. So I don't think that.
I see that perspective. I see that perspective. Oh, Mini King, do you think it should be an option?
No, I just think they should get rid of it entirely. Maybe if you're doing the the highest mode of difficulty, then maybe yes.
Okay, that's actually a good one. That's actually a good
clever.
one.
I never thought of that.
But at least that balances out. Was it the people who like the gameplay and people who just want to play it for the sake of playing it? That's like, for example, for hard.
Like a casual and a veteran mode.
A casual mode and a hard mode.
Yeah.
So to differentiate the two, that Mini King, that's really good. That's actually really good. So I never thought of that.
Clever.
I never thought of that. So a casual mode for easy and normal would be you can use items, you won't get penalized. But for hard mode and infinite climax, you will get penalized. That's actually really good. Yeah. I have a feeling they can do that. They can do that, Mini King. So props to you, man. Yeah, Mini King said, I said it first. It's in the
I was here first.
It's in the podcast. It's in the podcast. I think Mini King hit the spot on that.
Yeah, and you hit the point as well. If it's gonna be like, elitist, I hate to sound rude, then you have something to brag about.
Yeah,
if you can get pure platinum on those higher difficulties, whereas a casual for a reason.
Yeah, and there are people that play games after work or after school to get rid of stress. They don't want to perfect a game, and I think some people forget about them, and they should just respect that. I respect both sides. Like if you wanna pure platinum the whole entire game, be my guest. That's a cool achievement for you, but I think you should be doing it for your own sake instead of others.
Exactly.
I wouldn't. Hopefully they do what Mini King said. So for easy and normal mode, you don't get penalized, and then for hard mode and literally making it a hard mode and infinite climax mode, you will get penalized. So yeah, that was really cool.
So my first reaction to the Bayonetta 3 trailer event released at the Game Awards in 2018. Am I correct? Yes or no?
17.
17, I believe.
17. Okay. So my initial reaction, of course, I think 2017 was when I started to get into Bayonetta, or it was 2018. But the first time I watched it, I was confused because they didn't give us much detail in what they were giving us. Of course, there's the purple figure, there's Bayonetta getting ripped up into bits, so I didn't know what to expect, really. I just really did not know what to expect because it's very similar to the past two teaser trailers, but it's very different in the sense of Bayonetta's getting her ass whooped. So,
okay, I see.
Yeah.
Well, funny enough, actually, when I initially got Bayonetta 2, I kept thinking to myself, oh, there's gotta be a Bayonetta 3 at some point. There's gotta be. So obviously, at 2017, there was the Game Awards trailer, and the same as they did this year, I believe. They showed Bayonetta 3 at the very end. And I thought to myself, I'm like, I knew it was gonna appear because I was waiting since 2014 after Bayonetta 2.
I see.
And,
oh my god.
I mean, that initial excitement, like, I've waited so long, like, for it to appear. And then it's just like, my initial reaction is, oh yeah, she's like, in this fight. And then it's just like, wait a minute, why is she losing? Because, you don't expect your character to be, like, torn in half.
Yeah.
Straight up at the end of the third trailer. But then I was just like remembering, it's like it goes in the cycle. So the first one would be she was winning against an angel, then she was evenly matched with the Lumen Sage, and then she lost. All of a sudden I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah. I see. There was like a huge not plot twist. It won't be plot twist because that's in the story, but like you have no idea what's going on, and I think that was the general reaction of it. Thank you so much for that, Crazy Girl. Being the Platinum Games veteran, so who's known Platinum Games for so long, Philious, I want to know like your reaction to the 2017 one. So yes, take it away.
Yeah, I know. I don't quite remember my reaction. I remember like posting on Facebook to everyone like, yeah, there's a new Bayonetta game coming out. Woo!
That's cool.
I can't wait to come out next year.
Next year.
Little did she know. Damn. Okay.
Yeah, I was just excited that there was a new game coming out. It looked it looked interesting from the trailer, how she's like getting beat up and stuff. And I'm like, this is gonna be interesting when this comes out like next year.
Yeah.
We get to see what's going on.
I also wanted to ask, like, was Bayonetta 3 the first game that Platinum Games didn't do any news on, or was it like that for any previous games from PG?
I don't quite remember because I've been following them for a while, but like I remember news coming out for like Mad World and Bayonetta.
Okay.
But like this was more like before there was so many like prominent news sites.
Yeah, I see.
Like I don't remember that much news coming out for like Infinite Space, for example, but I wasn't really following for news about that. But now with like there's like Reddit and
oh yeah. Definitely.
There's stuff like that, and now it's like there's more gaming news just in general. In recent years, like a chain was like announced and then came out like pretty soon afterwards.
What the progressing?
Because we had the initial teaser leaks, didn't we? That was as close to as news as we got. Was the teaser leaks we had in between the 4 years we waited?
Was there?
Yeah, in between. There used to be like teaser leaks like on her new design and everything else.
I didn't know that. Wow,
and then,
that's cool.
They're like those
parallel.
Yeah, for Bayo 3, they're like those 4chan leaks that I think is weak, to be honest, but that's my opinion. But
like Crazy Girl said, there was a leak between 2014 and 2017 for Bayo 3 teaser. Was there like rumors of it? I didn't know that. That was really cool.
Apparently it was going to drop in between, and then all we got basically was concept designs in between. So it's like, oh, this is Bayonetta's new look.
What was okay? Okay, that's cool. I didn't know that. All right. Awesome.
I think you covered it in one of your videos.
I think that was
the
in
initial, like what her new design would be, but that was apparently meant for 3.
The concept art, I believe, was from 2018. I think I could be wrong. Like 2018, but
The 4chan thing with the concept art and whatnot was 2018.
Yeah, so after the trailer, right?
Yeah.
And then Mr. Kamiya said he retweeted it and he said just ha ha ha. I believe.
Yeah.
So that was really cute.
Someone asked him like, "Is this true?" And he was just like, "Ha ha ha."
Yeah. Like,
Flops.
they're leaks. They're leaks, man.
Ha ha.
So always treat him. Always treat him with a grain of salt. Like treat him as fake. But yeah, for the 2017 trailer, thank you guys for like telling me recounting your reactions. For the trailer, when I first saw it, I saw it in 2018, so it was already been out for like a few months now because it was in December of the last year. So I finished Bayo 2 and then I watched the trailer and I wasn't as excited for Bayonetta as I am now. So I just shrugged it off. And then I just shrugged it off. Oh, okay, cool. She's a new game. I tried to look for news about it and there was no news about it. It's been a year, I think. It was been a few months, so there was no other like updates for it. Made sense. And then I think a year later, that's when I started getting really into Bayo. So yeah, that was my reaction for it. Very simple. Didn't really get fazed by it, but I'm just glad that you guys got really excited for the game. And I really wish I was there with you guys to experience the moment.
Actually, that will come on to another topic. Actually, like, how did you all end up into Bayonetta to begin with? To look forward to the 3rd trailer.
For me, it was I was into Devil May Cry 1 when it first came out.
Oh,
and I was,
okay.
I was because I was 20 years ago, so I was like 13.
Mm-hmm.
So I probably played it when I was like 14 or 15, maybe.
Old school, I like it.
And I was obsessed with it in high school. I would like have friends come over after school, and I'm like, play this game. You have to check out this cool game.
Oh, I miss that.
Right. So, Kobe was actually like the first director that I really became loyal to, I guess.
Yeah.
To play Devil May Cry 1, so like Beautiful Joe, Okami, like when those games came out, I was like, oh, I need to play this because this is the guy who made Devil May Cry.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it was announced that Clover Studios was breaking up and going to form PlatinumGames, I was like, oh, I need to support them. I need to buy their game. So I ended up buying Mad World at release, which was their first game, just because it was PlatinumGames and I wanted to support them. And so when Bayonetta was announced, I was like, oh man, this is the guy who made Devil May Cry. I need to get that.
It's like
that's
support.
Oh, that's cool.
Recently found embarrassing old DeviantArt comments that I made on like Bayonetta fans.
Don't worry, we all had that.
Right? Maybe I'll screenshot them and show you. But, like it was like, I was like, oh, this is gonna be awesome. She's such a MILF.
Yes.
Yes. We're coming for the booty.
Sorry, what was that, Mini King?
I'm just like.
Oh man, that's cool. So you okay
so
with?
How did you get?
Oh, go ahead, Crazy.
I was gonna say, Mini King. How did you get into it, Mini King?
So it was when Smash Bros. 4 DLC came out. I, played Melee before, never, touched Bayonetta or anything. So I saw Roy. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. So I think I got Roy, Bayonetta, and Mewtwo. No clue who Bayonetta was. A matter of fact, and then it's like around the time that Smash Ultimate comes out a few years later. I'm like, okay, Bayonetta, she's cool, haha, and everything. So for Christmas, I asked for the first 2 Bayonetta games. So I get them and I play them, and I'm just addicted. I complete them in like the next week or so. Both games. My favorite games are still, to this day. I've got the games right next to me actually, both cases. But yeah. So it's just since I've played it, I've been addicted to it. So. Mm-hmm.
But what isn't addicted about Bayonetta? I mean, I can hear you holding the games right now.
I heard
you
the cartridge.
Over your heart, like, oh yes, it's so close to my heart.
Did you get the game cartridge? Game cartridge of Bayonetta 2, and then it was a digital Bayo 1 download. Was it that one that you got?
Yeah.
Should I put my camera on and show you?
Oh, if you want. Only if you want to.
I on. Hey, you're stuck with my mug.
Yeah, and mine
Excuse
too.
how I looked.
Hey, you were looking at me. Come on.
It's okay.
Okay.
Hey, there you
Excuse the
are.
lighting and everything.
There he is.
That's alright.
So I got this. Oh lord, the light is a mess.
That's alright.
Just put my phone lighting on to make it better. Okay. There. So I got this, and then I got the download code, and then I of course there's the other one on the inside. So I just photocopied it and just
put it on the back. Okay, that's cute. I'm glad. Yeah, that's the same one I got, Mini King, by the way.
Ooh.
Yeah, interesting. All right. Well, thank you for sharing with that, Philious and Mini King. Crazy, can you elaborate on how you got into it? I want to hear it.
Funny enough, it was pure accident that I got into Bayonetta, actually, because I was actually in my local game store at the time trying to find a new game to play, and it just so happened that it was PS3 and Bayonetta was on display, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, huh, she looks interesting. So I just pulled the cover and I'm like, she's pulling the sexy pose and holding the gun and everything, and I'm like, okay, you caught my attention straight away. Took a look and I'm like, yeah, I'm beating up angels, me as well, so bought the game. I'm like, awesome, I'll buy it. And I think it was around about 2013 I got the game.
Wow, 2013.
At the time again, so it was fairly recent, actually.
Yeah.
And then it's just so happened, same as before with Bayonetta 3, actually, I just happened to look up Bayonetta 2, or they make it a Bayonetta 2. And that was around about the time, I believe, that Sega didn't want anything to do with Bayonetta because they believed they didn't have much of a profit out of it. I could be wrong, don't quote me on that. But this was the time when PlatinumGames was trying to find another one to sponsor their IP. And at the time, I remember the headline, so I've already pre-ordered it because the news was already out. And then they said, they canceled the game altogether. I believe that was one of the news headlines. I'm like, damn, I just put a deposit in. But then they said Nintendo actually picked it up, and I'm like, all right, here it comes. And yeah, that's actually at the time I remember clearly. I bought it by accident, sheer interest. Got right into it, and then this was during the time is Sega gonna do it? Is Nintendo gonna do it? And I've been right into it ever since. Because who hasn't replayed the game a dozen times already?
I see. I'm so happy that you saw, or was it the headline? You were there when you and Philious were there when the headline came out, and it must have been a scare, right? It must have been a scare.
It was a scare.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I can't handle it. I wouldn't handle it.
I died when I read it. It's Bayonetta 2 is cancelled. I'm like, damn it! And then oh no, Nintendo picked up.
Yeah, they saved it. Yeah, a lot of people I guess they slander Bayo, the Bayo franchise, because they weren't continuing on from to Microsoft and Sony for Xbox and PS3. But I think isn't it Microsoft and Sony the ones that rejected it, and not it's not like they didn't want to go to Microsoft and Sony. Microsoft and Sony. It's just that they didn't accept them. So maybe it's them to blame for not being on PlayStation and whatnot.
Well, that was the only deal at the time, actually, is when they said, if you want on Nintendo, it's got to be a Nintendo exclusive. So that's why we had it initially on the Wii U, which was actually, funny enough, the reason I got it on the Wii U and got a Wii U, played it at the time. And then that's when they said, what was it? I think it was a profit reason that if they're going to switch it to Nintendo Switch, Philious might know better than me, I think. They said we'll put 1 and 2 for the Nintendo Switch, and then that way I'll help bring in more fans, old and new. And I believe that's why Bayonetta 3 is on a Nintendo Switch still.
Well, and you also have that debate of did they release the trailer too early? Did they release the ports too early and whatnot? I don't mind. At least we got a trailer 4 years later, so that's okay.
Yeah.
What about yourself, my dear?
I have a conspiracy theory because basically Reggie was the one who announced Bayonetta 3 in 2017, and since then, not in Nintendo anymore. Doug Bowser is. And when Doug Bowser took over, that's when marketing started kind of being like it is now, where they're not announcing things until 6 months before. So I think that might have to do with it because, like, when it was Reggie, he used to announce things super early like that.
Okay.
Like, if you go back, like, some of the old directs from the Wii U, there were entire directs where it's basically like, this game is coming out and we can't show any more info, but just know that it's still coming out, like, kind of a thing. And like, because they announced it like hella early like that, and
yeah,
that might have been part of it. Is since Doug Bowser took over, he's not releasing info as freely anymore.
Oh, so that's a cool little conspircy about, like, you know,
That's
Doug Bowser.
I don't know. Don't take that as fact.
That's okay. Like, I understand, but like, it's just kind of interesting that it could have been his election that hindered a lot of other game news, not just Bayo 3, but like a lot of other game news and whatnot. So that's a cool little conspiracy, whether or not it's true.
Don't take my word for it. That's not fact. That's
we
just
know.
My conspiracy.
It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. My one's very simple. Very simple. I would say heartwarming for me. So I remember seeing her in Smash Ultimate, because I used to play Smash Ultimate competitively, and then I stopped because I just didn't like the toxic environment and whatnot. And then I had my first job at 18 as a waiter, and on the first day, I think it was December 8th of December, 2018, I got my first check for $70. I don't know how much that is in US. I think $100 and something dollars, or $90. Let's say $90. $90 of money. And I went to the local Target, the mall, in the same mall that I worked at as a waiter, and I either wanted a Nerf gun or Bayonetta 2. And I just made the choice.
Why not both?
Why not? But I eventually got it. I eventually got the Nerf.
Scarborough Fair Nerf gun.
So, Scarborough Fair Nerf gun. If it was one, oh my god, I'd love that. But like, yeah, I chose Bayo. I eventually got the Nerf gun after for a certain cosplay, and then but Bayo was my greatest investment ever, and it actually led to me meeting you guys. But I remember seeing Bayo in the game store, at my local game store at the same mall. I just shrugged it off. I didn't really mind it. But then, like, she kind of reminded me of someone else, and I was like, you know what? Let's play it. Let's see how it goes. And then, yeah, obsessed right after I played it. I think Miniking and Crazy Guy might have seen my story on like me playing Bayonetta in 2018. Yes. Like just doing that in front of the camera. Like, there's no Elgato setup or whatnot, just me like doing this. But yeah, that's how I got into it. I know what I'm doing. Yeah, like that's how I got into it. Yeah, 2 years ago. So I'm the late bloomer after all of you guys. I'm the latest one. But yeah, that's my story. You're the one with
a growing community.
Oh no, it's you guys that make the community grow, not me.
The community must grow.
It's you guys. No, I'm the yes or no guy. That's it. I'm just like, if Mini King wants something, I'll just say yes. If you want something, if Philious wants something, yes or no. That's it. But yeah, that's my experience.
So we'll actually start off with you, Rakun.
Wait, what?
Ryzen.
No, I can go last because
your initial series.
No, I'll go last, Crazy Guy. It's okay because like I've already said, I've been talking way too much about the game. Like, I'm so tired of this right now.
How could you not talk too much?
I'm okay with going with last. I want to hear Mini King's thoughts first, if that's all right.
Yeah, all right. So we'll start from Mini King. So the initial question is, what got you into theorizing what's to come in Bayonetta 3?
So, I mean, just waiting and just speculation, waiting for the next game, really. I did a video on my channel before, I decided what my content was going to be. Look, I can't remember when it was released, but don't watch it. But I did like a video on like,
too late.
I can't remember, something to do about Bayonetta 3. I'm just trying to find it right now. But yeah, it was Bayonetta 3 predictions and more.
I remember that.
And 2 years ago it was, and it was just pure speculation and discussion, and then like loads of people commented on that video of like what they think. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna make a part 2. Didn't make a part 2 until like another whole year or whatnot.
When you've grown up.
Yes, but yeah, like up until that point, I found out who Rakunx was, my friend, as I was Bayonetta on Instagram. He of course, has that group chat, and then, Rakunx was like, oh, I do theory videos. So they was like, oh, you need to see these videos. I was like, okay, I'll watch it, and then, I subscribed, and then, yeah, so I was, and then, I made that, second video, which Rakunx, responded. He did a reaction to it as well. So
yeah, I remember that.
So that's really how.
Oh, that was adorbs. I loved it, man.
It was just interesting looking at the trailer and just like not really knowing what the heck was going on in the initial 2017 teaser.
Yeah.
They're just kind of interesting, just trying to figure out like theories about what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to theorize like too much though, because I don't want to like get my expectations up and then it would be shattered.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I want to see like what's in store for the game, but it's still just kind of interesting, just like what if. Like same thing like with other games. Like I remember Devil May Cry 3, for instance. I used to like watch that trailer, like the first trailer, like every day, and I'm like, oh, who's Jester, who's Lady, like you know, just trying to figure this stuff out. That's about it for me, I guess.
All right, no problem. All good. Like
I just got Rakunx through like a Reddit.
Was it on Reddit when how you saw
it?
Yeah,
you posted one of your episodes on Reddit.
I don't like posting links to like, you know, because like at that time, do you remember which video was it?
I think it was like episode 3 or 4.
Yeah, that's the episode I remember.
Yeah, it was about that one. Yeah, I remember that one.
Because like ages ago, I had to like when you're a small, like very small creator, you had to do that or else you won't get at least noticed.
Yeah.
I hated doing that. I really hated doing that not because like I didn't want to show it to others. I didn't want to be that person of like see, like, click this link and whatnot. I really didn't want to do that. But
look at me.
Yeah, like I was like so embarrassed to do that. And now I'm glad like people are enjoying the content. Thank you so much, Philious, for clicking that link. Like that really means so much to me and new miniking. Yeah. So yeah, a lot of people came to the community from the episode 3. Again, even now I think that even now I think like a lot of the theories, like 99% of the theories before were just like you can just treat them as fanfic or AUs, and yeah. Like,
that's how I kind of feel about this, like Antonio. Just kind of like writing.
Yeah. I see.
People, like, criticize your theories, like, oh, that's not right, that's weird, whatever. But like, it's not any different than what like fanfic authors are doing.
Yeah. Like, I just had fun with it at that time. I still get slander, but you know what can you do?
Exactly, and I want to say something about that quickly. Excuse this pipe bomb I'm about to pull.
Oh my gosh!
A theory is a theory. Why are y'all mad? It's a theory. It's not fact, so don't get stressed. It's just come on now.
Thank you, Mini King. Like that actually means a lot. So you're speaking what I feel.
Exactly. I mean, the saying is, if you got one thing to back up your theory, you're not wrong until, proven otherwise. But one shred of evidence, and you can make a whole theory out of it.
A whole story, a whole AU about
exactly.
it.
I'm going to make a lot of Bayonetta marks mad right now, but I could be like, Bayonetta is Lumen! And just people will be mad. It's not that serious. Come on now.
Exactly. I think people take it, like some people like take it way too seriously, and like, if you want to spend your time like that, that's okay.
You lose enjoyability.
Yeah.
It's your own interpretation of someone else's fictional game. Like,
yeah, exactly. Like
like that seriously or get that mad about,
Yeah, I understand if I was a science channel and like I was actually, if I was saying, yeah, I'm talking about Bayo, like it's a fictional game. Like, okay, if you want to argue about that, if you're like, if you want to argue with a 20-year-old about that, go right ahead. Like that's your time.
Funny enough, like I said before, coming across Bayonetta completely by accident, and that's how I initially came across your video. Funny enough, I was just out one day and I'm thinking to myself, who else remembers? I can't be dreaming of Bayonetta 3. I looked it up, and it's when you were initially gonna do the 5 episodes for your theory.
6 episodes, yeah.
What one did I remember watching? I believe it was the Cheshire video I remember watching first.
Yep, okay. Yep, okay.
I remember.
Yep.
And it was so funny. It was like, I'm watching into this and then it's saying like, oh, Luca being a Lumen and everything else, but I think that was before that. And I never initially theorized on anything before.
Really?
And then it wasn't until you said, oh, who could, it wasn't initially until you said, oh, who could this purple figure be? And I'm thinking to myself, and I'm like, there is one character nobody ever thought of.
Yeah, Antonio.
Antonio, damn it.
And then it all started with that feud. Oh my god.
Yes, it became a thing for the past,
a year?
Over 70 episodes.
Yeah, 70 episodes. Yeah, 70 episodes, that's right.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't my first comment, though. I think I remember I was talking about Madama 6 at the time, I still got the original email, believe it or not. When we first
Cool.
when we first talked, I kept the email, and I'm like, oh my god, I was clearing out my Gmail, and it was like, oh, Rakunx replied, and it's the very first one, and I'm like, I'm keeping that.
That's so sweet of you. I didn't know. Yeah, I remember you sent that to me after a stream, so thank you for that.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
and then what was it? And then you're like, oh, you know, join the Discord. I'm coming in. I'm looking at all these series, and I'm like, Antonio. It has to be Antonio. And then it's just like ever since then, everybody's been theorizing it. And so like the newest one I got right now, it could possibly be Luca because of a scar on his eye.
Ah, yeah.
I'm sticking with the red grays. Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
I'm sticking with Eggman, no matter what. No matter what.
No, it has to be the red grays.
No, yeah, like
that meme, you better show it in the video. Is the meme?
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
like, I swear it's Eggman. I swear it's Antonio. And then it's just like, oh well. Oh,
yeah.
oh, shit.
Rest in peace to those theories. You know what? Especially with I
I
think
still got a chance.
Philious won this one with John. I'm pretty sure it's John. Like we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later. It's alright.
That Twitter post I made, getting notifications.
Yeah,
like,
I remember that.
notifications coming up, and like I hope I'm not getting people's expectations up when it turns out it's like something stupid.
No, that's alright.
Over 900 people.
It was a cool
liking the
post. It was a really cool post.
The post in question was I put like the swordsman or swords person,
Yeah.
and then I found the woman. There's a part in the first game where Jean is in like a similar pose where she has her back turned. And
Yeah, I saw that. You posted. Oh man.
And I put them like on top of each other and to see if they like match up.
Yeah.
And I think
they did.
Yeah, they did.
Well, yeah. And now I'm getting like a ton of people going, "Oh my god, that really is John." And then I am getting those people going, "This is the stupidest thing ever. Whatever.
Like, yeah.
What's this?"
All right, now
you get people like that though.
Imagine that, but for 80. Sorry, Philious, go ahead.
Well, the funniest one I got was someone like copied my post and.
That's so stupid. Oh no.
My
God.
They copied my post, but they changed it to Virgil.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. That's I know. In a memeingly way, that's okay.
Kind of like make fun of me, but like I thought it was hilarious, so I don't
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they're like memeing it, like they weren't trying to like attack you or whatnot. But like, imagine those comments, but for 85 episodes.
Yeah.
As a 20-year-old developing emotions still. So like
what are these feelings?
Yeah, right. Like I'm still trying to get over it and whatnot, but like I'm still getting there. I'm okay with it. But like that post blew up. I saw it had 900 likes, 900 and like 50 retweets.
924 I saw.
It had a lot. I don't know. I hope I'm not like.
Oh my god.
It turned out to be like someone weird.
I'm
like
pretty sure it's John. I'm pretty sure it's John. Like it can't. But that's another topic.
Where is she?
Yeah.
Because like my first reaction when they showed her from the back,
John,
or they showed the
right
from the back, I thought it was John.
Yeah.
And I thought it had kind of like a feminine figure, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
yeah.
And then turned around and I'm like, hee, Virgil.
Yeah, like I saw it was like I know all the DMC fans were like, oh, it's Virgil, like as a memeingly way. But yeah, like first reaction, John. Yeah.
How do you know it's not Dante with a haircut?
Dante with a haircut. Exactly, or Luca, or who knows? Like, but like those people, like.
It's gonna turn out to be like Luca, and now like we have all this fan art that people drew of John. Luca now.
You commented that, I remember. Oh, that's so. I mean, more fan arts, more handsome husbandos to put out there,
Yeah. I like totally changed the subject.
Oh no, it's okay. It's okay. We can talk more about that later.
That's alright.
Oh, good. That was pretty fun.
No, that is funny enough. I mean, the next topic is like feelings and thoughts about your 4-year wait.
The 4-year wait. Okay,
obviously, not all of us waited 4 years for it, actually. So it's just like the initial Bayonetta 2, and then what was it? You said you were about a year into it before Bayonetta 3?
Yeah, 2 years just to wait for Bayonetta 3. So I'm the least. I waited the least. There we go. I waited the least amount of time. Happily. I didn't have to wait too long.
Happily for you.
I didn't have to wait too long.
Me and Philious are sitting here like it's been 84 years.
8 years. Oh my gosh, Philious and crazy.
84 years.
Mini King with 3 years.
I don't
That's still a
mind as
long
much
time.
because Devil May Cry 5 came out during that time.
Oh yeah, you had
Is that the bad one that people don't tend to talk about?
Oh no, the
reboot, not the.
Yeah.
We don't talk about that one.
But not Dante, we need explained. Hello, Zelda. Nice of you to join us.
Hello.
Have you finally reincarnated to join us?
When I did find out there was a third one, I'm like, oh, I wonder when that's gonna come out. Keeps waiting a couple of years. It's still not here, and I'm like, oh well, this is just gonna be on hiatus.
Yeah. The news limbo.
Because you would be the same as Philious then, actually, because Philious thought the next year. I would have thought the next year. And were you initially like, oh, it's going to be next year, or at least a few year wait?
I was pretty solid on 2019, but nope.
Your initial theories. So, like, how did you come across all these theories? Did you have any of your own before joining the Rakunx? What's the script?
Oh, I love this story.
So, I joined this one Bayonetta community server, and I'm just chatting. Then I met Yuyo, and then we start playing. We make this one video together, and then Rakunx comes commenting on it, saying something about Tag Climax, and I'm like, oh crap, we just got noticed.
Wait, did I?
So then I end up asking for the link. I hop in all the theories, and then...
Well, thank you for accepting the Tag Climax.
What were your initial ones for the current video? So, of course, we've been going on for at least 80 episodes now. Is there some that you had initially agreed on before the, the current trailer? Or did you have your own just before that?
I was pretty sold on the Lumen Sage theory, or the... called... Whittingham Lover theory.
Feelings to wait in 4 years, or did you wait as long for the new Bayonetta trailer?
I don't know really how to feel about it, because, I mean, it's an average wait for me, because I didn't wait that long, but for y'all, it must be much worse.
I mean, you guys also had other games to wait for. I didn't have much. I only had Bayo. Philious had DMC. Mini King had WWE, and of course more other games as well. Yeah. Oh, I'm still waiting for that as well, right?
I had like several titles, and y'all are just like Bayonetta 3 all day,
exactly,
every day.
Well, that's
when is it? Give it to me now.
PlatinumGames and whatnot. I see. But yeah, thank you.
That actually gets into sorry, Rakunx.
No, you're right.
I was gonna say, I was just gonna get into it. How did you get into Bayonetta?
When I got brought over to the Switch back in 2018. I checked my Nintendo Switch newsfeed, and I saw the trailers, and I'm like, holy crap, this looks fun.
Okay.
So I'm like, hey mom, can I get this? And she's like,
hey mom, can I get this? That's so cute. I came across with the game. Philious already had the PlatinumGames in her collection already. Mini King with Smash. So yeah, I'm glad we shared those stories. So that was pretty cute.
And you were debating between a Nerf gun or Bayonetta. I would have went with the Nerf gun.
Oh really? I
Funny
eventually
enough, it reminds me of a... Eventually. So we'll put this into two. What do you think of Bayonetta's new voice? And would this come into an alternate timeline? Semi-confirmed, semi-denied that she was doing the voice of.
I've seen a lot of criticism and distaste for this new voice. But with the theory that this is like, the Brave's Eraser, it works perfectly because, growing up and voice changes and whatnot, and this sounds younger than the Helena Taylor Bayonetta, so this is perfect. And with the hair and it just goes together, so people are like me, shut up. It just goes, and I love it.
My first initial response to like Helena Taylor not being the voice actress was, wait, I listened to the Japanese dub, so I'm fine. So, like, I didn't get phased by it, but like, I started to think like, oh yeah, you know what, this is actually a really huge deal, and then I just made that comment. Yeah, Mini King, I 100% agree with you. If there is an alternate Cereza, I'm pretty sure that's what they're directing us to. I know Crazy Girl can vouch for me on that.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I really like her voice, and I think this really is going to end up being the Brave Cereza, and eventually we're going to have a video topic, and then everyone's going to be screaming at how badass it is when, did you miss me?
Yeah, exactly.
And she just pops out of nowhere and she puts someone in the face.
Well, I remember saying, I'm not sure if I was DM to yourself or I said it in the Bayonetta 3 section, but, it's like our manner of speaking comes down to our experiences. So, you know, like if you had enough time, you're gonna have like a right gruff voice, or you know, if you had an alright, I mean, it all comes down because obviously like how we're raised and what we experience affects our tones and speeches. So, you know, this one, Cereza, which I agree, I think it could be Brave Cereza. The one we helped raise in the first game. You know, she seems to, I want to say she's too joyful, but she's certainly more relaxed than what we're familiar with the past 2 games, because, you know, the current series, I will say, what was he called it for? Chaos series or something? Which were no memories.
Our Bayonetta, keep going.
Our Bayonetta, which were no memories. So which were no memories, Bayonetta. You know, she spent 20 years not having her memory, trying to figure out who she was. And then obviously she had one hell of a time 500 years ago, and then she's experiencing it all over again. You know, she's a bit more serious in her tones.
Yeah, that's correct.
You know, and more, you know, it's like a facade.
More mature.
Yeah, like being as her facade. Like her own masquerade, basically. Being as her masquerade from Cereza.
Oh, that's a cool point, actually. That's a really cool
there we go. I
symbolism.
just saw that.
Very cool symbolism. Yeah, okay, I see.
But Bayonetta being Cereza's masquerade, she's more serious, and we've seen her crack a few times. You know, thinking, you know, oh, we just missed Jean. But this one's more carefree, so I think the change of voice actresses
was fitting.
Was fitting. You know, she's more carefree. You know, it was easier for her. So while we don't know if it's going to be the same story with the Umbran Witches, it wasn't as hard because she knows who she is, basically. So I think it's like the change of voice actresses actually make more sense to me. As I said, it comes down to the tone and the experiences on your voice.
I like that real world connection where like your experiences can shape how you address yourself. And I think they really wrote it really well in this new Bayonetta 3 thing. If it is Brave Cereza, if it is the new alternate Cereza, I agree. Like, she is more bubbly. She has that Lolita vibe.
You know, Philious says Jean, which I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
And Loki is a possibility.
Loki growing up,
But it also could be like someone new who we don't know, or it could be Boulder. We don't know.
Boulder again, okay. If it is, oh my goodness.
He's back for more. He's been here for the past 2 games. Go home. Like...
Go home. Go die. Rest in peace. For her. I see. Yeah. So your one, you're thinking a little bit of John, a little bit of Boulder, Loki, and someone new. Is that right, Mini King?
Or it could be Crazy Girl, you know, purple figurine, or, you know, it could be...
Yeah.
A swordswoman. Crazy Girl. I see. You have a new sword, a new Mao Dao.
Like, never mind the crossbow. I got sword.
Oh yeah, Zelda. Who do you think it is?
Okay, so I think it's gonna be Jean, but I really hope it's someone else, because that hairdo is not fucking it.
It's not for John. It's not for John.
It's not. She has class. That shit is fucking straight out of the...
It's like a rebellious underground biker vibes. Like that's what it's giving. Yeah.
I'm like, no, give me my sophisticated shit. The fuck?
Give me my classy, sassy John. So your one is either Jean, but you don't want it to be John because of the haircut, and then or someone new.
I actually want it to be Jean, simply because, I mean, I don't like the idea of there being another character just randomly introduced.
Okay.
Not necessarily being like, the way I think is like, I don't like new characters being introduced randomly. So like the idea of Loki, well, you know, we met him when he didn't have any more memories, and similar to our first game, we learn who they are eventually.
Yeah.
So I mean, I like that idea. So like, if I had to choose who it would be, I want to say Jean, because to me the jacket looks red. And she is familiar with a sword, her Angel Slayer sword. So I want it to be Jean because she's the only other character I know with short hair that can work being slicked back. Actually, if that makes more sense. And if it's like a similar biker outfit, well, she's also the only one we know with a biker outfit all the time. So if it's not like riding up a tower to space, because why not? It's her uniform in the second game, so I want it to be Jean, simply because I don't like the idea of
a new character.
Suddenly she has a brother.
Those ones.
I call it
those ones. Okay. I see.
Well, I've got an idea of who it could be. I'm gonna make the Bayonetta marks very upset with this one. It's Bayonetta in a different timeline.
So male
Lumen Sage.
So male variant Bayonetta.
I'll need to disagree with that.
Yes.
So Bayonetta 3 is the third one in the trilogy, of course. I have a feeling like they're gonna stay with the antic of if there is someone new, that character have had history like way back in the first game or in the second game. Like something either happened and they're back for either revenge or whatnot. Like, you know, there's character tropes. Not just entirely like I'm here, I'm the new baddie and whatnot. If it is someone new, they have to add some backstory to it. I don't know if you saw my video. So the recent one, the recent one, sorry, it was a Lumen Sage, Rogue Lumen Sage, sorry, of the second timeline, another Bayonetta, or what I'm thinking is probably John. I'm pretty sure it's John of the second timeline, like the alternate John. I do have a feeling that we still have yet to see like our loved ones. I'm gonna say loved ones. Our loved ones' designs. I don't know how they're gonna do that in the second trailer, or if they don't do that at all. Swordsman or swordswoman. I always thought swordsman or bossman was gender neutral. Like I always thought
it would be gender neutral.
Yeah,
to
that's
be
what
honest.
I thought. Like you know, but I'll say swordswoman if you want. So swordswoman, swordsman,
swordsman, swordswoman, swordsperson.
Swords human. Oh, we don't even know if this person's human or not, or not. Like you know, like could be spirit, could be alien. Like I don't know. I think,
Master.
What Blade Master? There we go. Blade Master is actually a nice one. Blade Master.
That is a good one.
Bayonetta 3's Blade Master. I might retitle it as Blade Master.
That could work.
But yeah, so whoever this Blade Master is, it has to be the minor antagonist. So the one that's going to be recurring. I have a feeling it's John of the second timeline.
It's a good point actually as well. If it is like timelines coming together, because like what was it? One of the main, I wouldn't say it's main complaints. It's one I've seen anyway.
Yeah.
Where Cereza's look is too lolly.
Lolita.
Yeah, Lolita.
Oh, Lolly, yeah.
Yeah, and they're like, you know, oh, this is the one we're familiar with, and it's like, well, what's to say it's the one we are familiar with? As I'm going back to the voice actress point, this one's more carefree. She's not gonna care. I mean, in general, who cares anyway? Was
it that video? I didn't watch it, but there was a thumbnail of a video like they didn't like the new design. Because it was too lolly like.
Yep, that was one of them I came across, and I'm like, you know, this is the thing. You approach each game with like a new set of eyes. Basically, you're familiar with the story.
Yeah.
But again, different voice actresses and all that. I mean, you know, give it a chance.
Yeah. I know, right? Like
it fits with the theme, basically. I mean, we're in Japan.
How is it? I don't know, like how that's too lolly. Like
I don't see it. I really don't see it.
If you get affected by that lolly thing, if you do, I have some news for you, pal. The FBI is going to be on your door. I think people are just over-exaggerating with the design. Oh, if they feel what they feel, I 100% respect that.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to support the game, you know, unfortunately, you just don't support the game. That's the best I can say. Unless you want to start a petition or a Twitter war.
Yeah, no, honestly, I mean, complaining about it is not really worth it because, like I said, I mean, who's to say that's Madama Butterfly as her shadow as well? I mean, there's going to be a lot of changes. I don't want to believe it's going to be a complete redesign.
That's
we can get onto that. It's not on the list, but we'll talk about that.
That's all right.
So, like, the whole design in general, I mean, you know, is further down the line. We don't know how far along the line this actually
this new game is,
or if it's the same timeline because, you know, swordsperson, Cheshire on the sword, you know, a more carefree personality, which this is why I believe is another our Cereza anyway, or at least the Records of Time Cereza, because even Records of Time Cereza is more carefree than the one as we're playing as. What's to say something happened down the line where it affects what even the demons look like. So, actually this could come down to my Antonio theory as well. You know, the one who could change history is the one who knows what happened in the past.
Okay.
So they'll know how to change it to make it look more different. Because as they say, you squish a bug in the past, you change the whole future, basically.
The butterfly effect.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, it's like a butterfly effect.
Yeah.
So even if it comes down to Masquerade, I really don't believe it's the same Cereza, which is why I'm not complaining about the whole redesign. I mean, she's more carefree. What, are you sad because you can't see her ass?
I think that's the only... that's the only... That's the only fitting way they would change Cereza's Madama if it's the alternate Cereza, which is not Madama. Like, she had a different contract. Which makes so much more sense, and I think that's a fitting shonen way to do it. Instead of our Bayonetta has a different Madama. I think our Bayonetta still has Madama Butterfly, but this alternate Cereza doesn't. So that's why in the trailer we see it's completely different.
You see Madama Butterfly's wings on the guns. Color My World. Right. So if it is Madama Butterfly,
Madama died and had guns made of.
Ooh, that is clever.
Oh, like I know what you mean.
I kind of liked what Zelda just said there. What if the guns is made up of the Madama Butterfly we know, which is why her wings is on the handle. That's actually really clever. I don't even thought that.
That's so sad, so dark. Zelda. I like
it. Would explain why it's purple.
I like it. Yeah, that's right.
I'm a Zelda fan. Don't tell me shit about Dark.
I like it.
So am I. Ocarina of Time Link theory all over again.
All over.
That's dark.
Was there any other Bayonetta 3 stuff that you wanted to talk about, Mini King?
No, I think I've covered everything which I want to say, really.
That's good. That's good.
There's one more gameplay mechanic that I'm really excited about, and it's the kaiju type battle where you've just got Bayo dancing in the background, and I think you're gonna be controlling the demon. And actually fighting the giant boss.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one. Like I don't know if those are chapter specific. Like you have Phantasmarane climbing a building. Like they're using the environment around them. So I don't know if a lot of them are going to be chapter specific or they're going to have that as well as you can summon them anytime you want.
Yeah,
I don't mind both. Yeah, or like will there be a designated spot where you can summon them and then they'll have a certain cinematic to them? But like I feel like you will be able to summon them whenever you want, but they'll only appear for a brief time and then end. That's it.
Yeah, like they did with the Demon Horse one where you had to like run through Inferno.
Yeah. That was chapter specific. Like you can't summon the horse all the time. You could, but like you could only use the torture attack. I think we'll call her Madama Mystery for now. Whoever that new Madama is. I changed I took my I don't think it's Madama Butterfly. It has to be someone different because it looks completely different. Because our Bayonetta went through so much pain. And I think that affected her choices and whatnot. So Madama Butterfly was the dark what if scenario, and this new Madama Mystery is the empowered happy scenario of what if Bayonetta had a good life and that's what she chose. So
like in one of the Naruto movies where he goes into a different timeline where the fourth Hokage didn't die.
Done. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So like if Naruto would have taken a darker path if his parents still lived, and our Naruto, it has to be like no, you do have it better. I had to suffer, but this is why I can get through it.
It's exactly like that. Like I'm so glad you thought of that. I referenced it. I don't know if you remember, but I referenced it in my previous video, the Akatsuki. When they're happy and when they're on our side, so they're like hitmen.
And it worked out worse.
Yeah, it worked out worse when Naruto had a good life. It's like that. It's like that, but inverted. So it's like this whole Brave Cereza timeline. This new timeline is a what if scenario. It's a what if episode. Of what if Bayonetta was happy.
I hope we get answers about the loop which Baldur created at the end of Bayonetta 2. We want answers.
Just like, end it. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Like just end it or cap off that trilogy or whatever. And then I just mainly want answers because Bayonetta, there's so much things that have not been answered yet. So
Confusion.
I mainly want answers for just,
Yeah, just to end it off. Yeah.
I want DLC as well. I've always said I want DLC, so some sort of like extra story pack.
Yeah. Awesome. Maybe I hope Mr. Kamiya changed his mind on that because I remember like a few years ago he didn't want that. Maybe
he didn't want it at all.
Yeah, maybe he changed his mind. Like if he does that, I would love that too. For DLCs, I think they're gonna have like extra costumes and hopefully, like what you said, Mini King, they'll have extra stages or like side stories. I don't mind side stories. Yes. Maybe that will work really much better than a main story. Thanks, Mini King, for that. That's actually a good idea. With Zelda, was there anything that you were predicting with the story, even if it's short? Let me know.
All I know is that we're gonna get guns. We're gonna use demons. We're gonna kick some fucking ass, and it's gonna be stylish.
Stop swearing! I think Zelda is hoping for this, the online mode of Bayonetta 3.
I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah, like if there was a team climax or like 5v5 of Bayonetta in Bayonetta 3, that would be pretty cool. Catching up with the times of online gaming and whatnot. Maybe they want to stay relevant with the online space. That's a good direction they can do, or they can just keep it classic. keep it tag Climax. Unfortunately, I wouldn't like that. I would probably like something a little bit more than tag Climax.
Well, actually, I kind of agree with Mini King on that one, where I kind of hope that 2 timelines would meet. And it's like that one you theorized in one of your videos. You know, they go on their own way. So you got the one we know, the Records of Time, and Brave Cereza's timeline, and eventually they would all connect. I do actually like to think that, because I believe it was Vidua who had the triple goddess theory, and that's what the symbol means, the 2 crescents on one, and then they all come out. And I would love to see, you know, how it all turns out, because I was just thinking there with the ribbon, this series that has the ribbons with I believe it still says Bayonetta on it. Actually, I've never actually had a closer look at it, but the ribbons are there, whereas we never saw it in the second timeline. So the only way I could probably think of this Cereza getting the 2 ribbons is if it is Brave Cereza. Bayonetta gave her this ribbon to keep the Umbran clock on. And then it'd be like, you know, I'll get another one and it'll be matching. You know, so what's the original that Bayonetta gave her, and then the one she had made. So that's the one I've kind of written for it, because I really do want to see if it is Witch with No Memories meeting Brave Cereza. That's the one thing I kind of want to see.
Okay, yeah. Like, I think it's a good. It's the closure to that arc.
Yes.
To that saga, especially the saga. Yeah. And then after that, hopefully, that's when we can go into a new saga, new adventure. So that way, the whole time travel multiverse debacle can stop there, and then we can continue one later on.
Which is what I'm curious about with the Umbran Witches and you know, the new monsters. I want to believe that's actually monsters we never noticed in Purgatorio, because you only enter the stages. But there's no separate world for that. You only know Paradiso, Earth, and Inferno. I want to believe that's Purgatorio monsters, which is why all the souls are coming together, and you're making a face, which suggests it's going to be a feature theory.
It's the next one. I don't want to spoil it. You gotta.
No, well, let me guess. Let me guess then, if you don't want to spoil.
I'm actually going to record it right after this podcast. I'm halfway. Like, it's so my main thought. Like, I'll just say a teaser. It's Purgatorio is involved. I'll just say that Purgatorio is involved. But like, I can't wait for you guys to see that.
Yeah, I think it's all the souls come together. So like, there was this one episode in Steven Universes where all the shattered gems. They're in the middle of the earth, so like when they all come together and they get summoned, they get the big hand monsters. That's how I describe. They're all the gems smashed together, but they can't stay stable because there are too many thoughts. And when he makes peace with them, and you know, like, hey, introduce yourselves. You can live in harmony. That's when it gets better, right? So you know, it's chilling there.
Might be similar to this one.
Yes, it could be like. Something is forced. That's another one for my Antonio theory. Sucker.
Which one?
Where he would be the one who knows Inferno and Paradiso. So if he goes in and all these souls don't know where they are, they don't know whether they can go to Paradiso or that. Because the one thing we can confirm is that if you're on the path of the Lumen Sages and you sacrifice yourself, you're instantly an angel.
Whereas, that's right.
If you have sinned in life, so like say
Umbran Witches?
I forgot her. I would say like the Umbran Witches. You sacrificed for the devil. You got Sheba. You got Madama Butterfly. They're in Inferno, so they know where they're going, judging by how they live their life. Like unfinished business. Whoever this is in Purgatorio took all these souls and forced them against their will. It's much similar to the Steven Universe, and I might be on the money with this next theory.
You're fucking hell, crazy girl.
Yeah.
I don't want to say too much, but like, you're on the right track.
This is what I noticed in the comments as well, guys. Listen, that's all they are, is just theories. That's what we've been doing this whole podcast. They're just theories. And as I said, when the developer says, if you got like one shred of evidence, you're not wrong. You can have your discussions, whether you're right or you're wrong, or you want your theories.
You gotta have fun
Please
with it.
be respectful of what people predict, because, you know, at the end of the day, everybody's going to be unhappy if you just argue back and forth. Can't have a civil conversation and theorize, and it doesn't matter if you're right or you're wrong. As we always say on the channel, expectations high, No, expectations low.
Hopes high.
God,
Hopes high. Expectations
Hopes
low.
high, expectations low. There we go. There
But
we
yeah.
go. See, so what? It's just a video game at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Everybody enjoys it. I
Yeah.
mean, 80 episodes. When are you ever gonna end? Who cares?
Well, yeah.
Basically, if you don't like it, you don't have to be here.
Yeah. Exactly.
At the end of the day, I mean, it's not always Bayonetta we're talking about.
I mean, like if they want to comment that, like, honestly, like if they want to comment it, yeah, I'll feel a little bit, a little bit cut, but like you're still feeding the algorithm.
Exactly.
So if you want to do that, be my guest. You're still feeding it. You put a dislike on it, YouTube sees that as a engagement. I'm being serious here. I'm not trying to play it off.
No, that's how it works.
Yeah, yeah, a little bit funny as well. But like, if you want to help the algorithm, you're helping me out on that too. You're helping us out. So yeah, go ahead. Yeah, again, guys, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much, and hopefully we do this sometime again, and I might see you in the next upcoming ones. If you want to say bye to the camera, no worries. If you want to say bye to the camera, take care.
Bye. And as I always say, peace and behave. If there is no mention of Eggman in Bayonetta 3, you have to dress up as a sexy nurse. If there is no hint of Antonio outside the journals in Bayonetta 3, each time I break an egg on my head, I will say the Eggman theory is more inferior to my Antonio theory.
Mate, the Antonio theory is inferior to the Eggman theory.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
The Antonio theory is more inferior than the Eggman theory. I'll break a head, and I'll do it 3 times.
Okay.